Hey everyone, welcome to this week's market outlook. So as last week, what we mentioned is that Ethereum would be the strongest because it's not even reaching to this blue EMA line. Okay, so it did rally up high and hard. Okay, it started at about 3.5 and now it's at 4.3. So quite a strong rally compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a bit of lagging. Nice bounce from the EMA, but it's still lagging compared to Ethereum. And that is because right now, Ethereum treasury companies are the trend and the rage. Okay, we can talk more about that in a separate video, but right now, Ethereum is the strongest asset. We also said if you wanted to buy anything, you can look at gold. Gold can be kind of a safer bet given that the Fed Powell is looking to, not looking, but we will expect the Fed to be cutting September. And you see gold is literally getting sideways action. Slowly you can accumulate if you want, but end of the day, gold can be the main beneficiary of further rate cuts. If I were to do this and expect a breakout, if it holds up above more than 3 days, you can expect a rally towards an all-time high again. That's what I would expect for gold. Okay, so that's for gold. Equity markets wise, it's V-shaped recovery again. That's the thing, right? So on further reflection, I believe that like there's a lot of people saying that it's overextended, reaching the all-time high, and QQQ is also very overextended, reaching all-time high. It's bound for a retracement, and that is part of a natural human reaction. I am also susceptible to that, and hearing it on the street is also not say like very comforting. It's very hard to pull triggers when you have a long setup and everyone's saying it's overextended, right? So I did enter into Nvidia. What? Sorry, it wasn't Nvidia. I entered into good. So valid setup broke higher, and I went on to chase. Not chase. I went on to go long. So far, it's a good trade, decent overall. It just goes to show that market can go higher, and if it's strong, it probably is strong, right? So don't fight the trend. Everyone likes to call the market tops, but I think as of now, I wouldn't say that it's super like full on bull mode, but there were times and instances in the market when we did have news failure, where good news released by Nvidia actually caused Nvidia to drop. You can see during that time also there was a drop, so it's not say super bullish, but end of the day we are not going to short this market because it's just a strong uptrend. You can see the EMAs, all this. It's a very lame indicator, but if you look on it at a higher time frame, it's pretty indicative of where we might be heading towards, right? It's all bull, no obvious crash, so we would expect. So it's getting a bit messy, but we would expect market to continue, maybe chop around and then go up. August seasonality is not great historically, but right now it's telling us that it's gonna be continued strong boom momentum. I don't think it's going to go straight up all the way, but with the all-time high here for the SPY, QQQ, you're breaking the all-time high, maybe a chopping above. If it stays above the all-time high, we can expect for the rally into September. Okay, and people are front running also a bit of the September cuts. That's what I think. And yeah, bull sentiments, nothing much else I can say. If we look at the treasury market, yeah, pretty much no cause of concern. I mean, still high, but 30 years at 4.85, 10 years at 4.285 is pretty much okay. The bond market is saying that yes, cuts are warranted and we should be expecting a cut. Okay, and if we look at economic calendar this week, not much of a hoo-ha, but the main focus is core CPI, and you see the forecasted numbers are slightly above the previous numbers for the month-on-month, and then the CPI year-on-year is slightly higher as well, 2.8%. Well, I don't think this is a very hard benchmark to beat. If we see numbers at forecast, we can more or less bake in a Fed cut, right? Market will be bullish. But if we see CPI really like overshooting to like 0.6 or like 3.5, then yeah, like the market will crash and market will tank. No one knows what's going to happen, but let's see how that plays out. So Tuesday is important to look out for. Um, Other than that, really nothing much except Ethereum strong. I mean, don't chase, right? But it's strong. Bitcoin, we will expect it to consolidate lah. Consolidate, then go further up. Yeah, it's staying above the chopping around the trend line, so wouldn't expect much else from it. But pretty good strong price action on risk assets last week, and we expect it to continue into the following or in the upcoming week, right? A bit on treasury companies. There's a lot of talks on Ethereum, crypto treasury companies, and Bitcoin treasury companies. I think they are a musical chairs on steroids. So it's gonna be fun while it lasts. It's not a Ponzi, because a Ponzi is if you take other investors' money and then you give it to the next investor. What this is doing is I would rather call it a scam, right? You're trying to sell $3 of the company to buy for $1 of your money. Essentially, it is trading at a premium. So this company is able to sell $1 of its stock for $3 of your money. So 1 for 3. Typically in a retail scenario, if you're out going to buy groceries or you're buying like your shoppings or this, you wouldn't be paying $1 drink. You wouldn't be paying a $1 drink for $3, right? That's crazy. You'll be saying, hey, I'll be paying the fair value of $1. Why should I pay $3? But for this company, they're able to do that, and people are paying this $3. And why? It's because the company is able to do this to people, and people are willing to buy that vision of it using this $3 to buy Ethereum, right? So they're saying, hey, no, this company is powerful. I want to invest in it because it's able to upsell its dollars. It's able to sell $1 for $3 and use it to buy Ethereum. And I believe in Ethereum bullishness. So there's two factors to this investment if you're buying Ethereum treasury companies. You're investing in the fact that it's able to maintain this sales model, selling $1 for $3, and you are also bullish on Ethereum. So if you're buying this, you got to be conscious about these two factors, because that is what's driving the bull momentum, right? It's not just a Ponzi, or not easily called. You can call it a scam lah, but it's a legitimate business model that they're putting out there. So you're willing buyer, willing seller. Okay. So these two things are the most important things to take note of when you're buying Ethereum treasury companies. Other than that, I'm waiting for some setups, but I entered the hood pretty okay. And the rest are pretty much lackluster. But yep, bullish action in the coming week. No cause for major concerns. Yep, and gold is probably the safest play alongside, for what I would feel lah. Not financial advice, go do your own diligence, but yep, will be exciting to look at CPI, and more or less Fed will be cutting. Market is expecting Fed to cut in September. So that's all we have, and enjoy. Ciao.